Well, good morning. A very nippy, cool morning. 8th of June 2017, and actually it's British election day today. We won't find the results out until tomorrow our time, but I'm at Ebbw Vale railway station. That's E-double-B-W Vale, named after a coal mining region in southern Wales. It is of course Welsh. So I'm here now, waiting on the train and heading off to Sherwood, and I may as well say now what I'm doing, and that's riding some Brisbane buses. And I'll just have a general look around here, by the way, show you something. The station, that's on the Ipswich line, and 3'6" gauge, and it's 25,000 volt AC power. Anyway, eventually get to Sherwood and get a 598 Circle Line bus across to Salisbury. I've got a little errand to run. Get a 125 bus from there over to Garden City, and then a 77 bus right through the city on the busways. And I'll be commenting later on all of that. But there'll be other bus routes along the way, and I'll talk about it then. Obviously, empty car working special. And where I was mentioning earlier on about the 77 bus goes through the Southern Busway and the Clem 7 tunnel under the Brisbane River and ends up in Chermside. Should be an excellent run, and I'll attempt also to do at least one or two other routes, including the Route 66 to Queensland University. Here comes the train. It's only a little three-car train. Got to get on.
The next station is Darra. Customers for the Springfield line, please change trains at Darra. Platform is on the left-hand side. Any customers for the Springfield line, please change here.
Arrived at Sherwood, and I think it's a little unusual to have a three-car train here this time of day. Yep. 8:30 in the morning. There it goes towards Brisbane and Keppering. And it says Redcliffe on the Desto, it doesn't actually quite get there. So that's Sherwood, and obviously there's going to be a train coming through here at the level crossing. And it's interesting because it's 4 tracks level crossing. Going to get the 598 Circle Line bus here. The train ruined a little bit by all over advertising. Feeling that bus that we're going on, the 598 is coming. on this one. Just departing on the 598 through Sherwood. Salisbury. Train from Beenleigh line heading for Brisbane. Just having a quick view across here to the station at Salisbury, and of interest is the fact that the standard gauge line which runs beside this narrow gauge services, obviously, you know, the main lines here, and heads off towards Sydney, and there's another train coming through, by the way. Another little three-car train too. What's going on today? Seems to be more than one of these around today. I've arrived at Upper Mount Gravatt, also known here as Garden City for the shopping centre, and it's very interesting here. A lot of buses come in. These are the terminating buses over in this area. And looking around, actually you can see the lift to the bus lane, and I'll be taking that a little later. we look, I've got to go to platform 1, but if we look here, it's quite a reasonable view of the busway station here at Upper Mount Cravat.
Tram side. Fortunately, the sun's coming this way, but there's the bus interchange and shopping centre. Tram side. There are a number of routes coming into this bus interchange here at Tram side. And of special interest here, there's a sign, Trams to Chermside. It's all about that, you know, a bit of a history of it. And for the tram enthusiasts out there, it's well worthwhile having a look at this little information board on the trams. And the interesting thing that tells you when the last tram was, but it's actually not correct because that was the last electric tram and Brisbane's system closed. About 2 years later they had a horse tram out here for a couple of k's because the tracks were still in place, and they ran it for a charity event, so in 1971. So the last electric trams ran in 1969, the 13th of April. got off this route 333 for the Brisbane Hospital. Behind it was a route 66 that I hope to join. I don't know if it's this particular one, but it should be. UQ Lakes. Now I'm actually in UQ Lakes right now, and I'm sort of facing the sun a little bit here, but this is the where I got off that route 66, route 66 I should say, and I'm about to cross the road. I think I'll do something a bit unusual. I will get a ferry towards town, I think. And it's interesting here because this is the actual Chanel Bridge. I'm going to try and have a look at that a bit. They have cyclists and pedestrians crossing this bridge. Bridge there. Quite a busy spot this. Here's the ferry, and very, very popular service here, River Cat, at the Queensland University terminal. Got a horrible all over advertising on the windows, you wouldn't believe it. So take this for a certain distance anyway. I'm not sure if I'm going to get right into town or beyond. I may. Maybe. Beautiful looking ferries, nice ferries. Quick look inside. As I said, it's covered by advertising, so your vision is cut down, and there's not too many people on this boat, man. There's like a couple of young ladies up the back, but it leaves in a couple of minutes, and as I said, quite astounding in a way. It's nearly empty, but that's this little station there, like a little not say conductor, I suppose you call them that on a bus or tram, but there's a person who would work at that little site there. Stopping at West End. being a little bit wobbly, a little shaky. It's not me, I'm not drunk. But disappointed in it because it's only a new camera. I bought it last month and I really can't find the receipt for the thing. I've got it in Sydney, and otherwise I'd consider taking it back. Here we go. Wash, Ferry. We're coming into Milton. Approaching the city, and a number of bridges here to go under. You see the downtown area of Brisbane here in the background. This is Maryvale Bridge. Looks like they're doing major work on it, and I can't work out whether it's painting or just a sea of scaffolds. And that bridge, of course, is the railway bridge to Brisbane, the Gold Coast, and all the Grey Street bridges ahead. And up in the city buildings there. I decided to get off here in the city at North Quay, and on another occasion I'll go out to Hamilton, which I've not done in the past on the ferry. So I would recommend all this to my interstate and overseas friends. There's no day rover ticket in Brisbane, but you can use a go card. There goes the ferry towards South Bank and eventually right round to Hamilton. There's a line up of buses leaving the Queen Street bus station in Brisbane. Going in the bus station. On platforms 8 and 9, here comes a terminating train at platform 8. And over on 9 there's a train probably going to Caboolture, I think. That one had an interesting desto on it, said chartered, so it must be chartered, in other words. I'll be catching the train here to go to Ipswich and pick up my mega seeds and go home. Just grabbing a couple of trains here at Grammar Street. For any of my friends who want to do a couple of these trips, one of them I'd recommend is the 777. Not 777, sorry, 77, I meant to say. And take the 333 to Chermside, and then every few minutes there's a 77 running from there to 8 Mile Plains. It's a pretty busy station, even in more or less the middle of the day. It's 1 o'clock. As indicated, the train's going to the airport, and I'm now waiting right now at this moment. The train is coming in to go out to Ipswich. Pretty much finished my little bus riding adventure. Well, good morning. Saturday the 3rd of June 2017, and I'm standing here in an empty platform at the moment. Some more people are probably coming. I think there's one coming. Anyway, I'm about to get a train, or 14 past, now a little after 8, to go to Brisbane. Today is rather unusual for my interstate, especially my overseas friends. I'm filming trains that are all less than daily. A couple of them 2 days a week, but coincidentally all those trains and anything else that might come along is basically all coming on a Saturday only, in a sense, arriving or departing Brisbane. So I advise my friends to come down on Saturday mornings if you want to get some train videos. You've got to spend the day taking them, because Brisbane is very much a backwater in rail travel terms, where compared to Sydney or Melbourne, which are very, very busy for long distance trains. This is an SMU set. Interesting thing is you've got a toilet at the end of the car. But it's also interesting, the handles are scratched
almost every window in Brisbane on the trains. It's very quiet here at the moment. A couple of passengers, a few passengers on. And pretty good day for it. Winter has started. It's quite cool overnight, but it's nice and sunny today. Well folks, you're not going to believe this, I'm at Roma Street platform 9 and I was just told by what I assume to be the guard, who happens to be a rail enthusiast, all trains to the north and to and from the north are cancelled today and buses are put on in their place. And so I came in here to photograph the Spirit of Queensland from Cairns and the Spirit of the Outback going out to Rockhampton. They will not run. To Rockhampton, of course, to Longreach they will not run. Buses will run obviously to Rockhampton. And I'm getting, well, now, sorry, a little bit rough there. What I'm going to get here today is the Westlander in from Charleville. And that's all I can get, and then I'll have to head home. So this is a very much truncated movie, very short movie, and I've got to point out this to Queensland Rail, and I'll do this at some stage. The famous Shinkansens in Japan, which incidentally they run 800 a day, and they've never had a death, and they carried 1 billion people on them so far. They are all maintained at night time. And that was done in Australia for many, many years. And now they close lines down for the entire weekend. I'm just getting a general view here. And take off trains all the way, in this case to Rockhampton. Sometimes they'll do the Ipswich line about every 6 weeks or so. Sometimes they'll do the Gold Coast line, and so forth, so on it goes. Entire weekend the lines are closed. So I've come here in effect for nothing today, but I will get the Westlander guys, and after the Westlander I'll go home. I'm at Darra Station. I've just got off the Springfield train waiting for the Ipswich train. Totally fruitless journey into town today because the Westlander was running extremely early and I missed it. I was going to get off and get a movie of it, but I'll have to do it next time. And I call the Westlander and the Inlander trains of shame for Queensland Rail, because they provide sleeping berth accommodation for their crew, but they won't do so for their passengers. And a guard on the train that I travelled in on said, oh, people have to bring up a blow-up pillow and lay on the floor. And this is not a third world country.